Peoples of the universe, please attend carefully. The message that follows is vital to the future of you all.
Message as always, vital to the future of you all. How are you, everyone? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good morning. I'm so surprised to find anybody here. I really am. I was like, oh, so this is a bit of an impromptu. It's several hours old. It's a bit of a unscheduled landing. Because it's the Sabbath. The Jewish Sabbath starts. This is one of the latest times of the year. It goes with sundown, so it starts around 7:30. And so from 7:30 plus 18 minutes, whenever the Sabbath starts, I'm offline totally. I don't directly use any electronics, and I'm offline. So I have no idea what goes on. Like that whole 25-hour period that the Sabbath lasts, I have no idea what's going on in the world. It's got to be something pretty darn massive for it to make it that nobody does around me. It's like it's so weird. So yeah. So it's always exciting when I go back online. Although I'm discombobulated this time because I go back online, boom, I'm straight into a stream with Noel, and it's like I actually need like another half hour to 45 minutes to decompress after Sabbath and see what's going on in the world. But this week it's Remembrance of the Daleks, and we love Remembrance of the Daleks. And funny thing is, when I was doing the trailer for it, I forgot that this was before Nick Briggs Daleks. It felt kind of weird. Hearing like Roy Skelton or whoever it was. I was like, whoa, okay, because it still looks kind of modern. So that did indeed throw me off. But so Nick Briggs is definitely a topic of discussion today, and extremely I'll say parenthetically, an extremely important topic of discussion. But first, as people are coming in, I'll tell you a little bit about my week, which has been freaking crazy. I mean, it's like freaking crazy. So, what was it? Tuesday night. Middle of I felt a little sick going to bed. I woke up about 2 a.m. I had this fever. My head was like clanging. I was like, I felt terrible. I was like, oh my god, please don't let this be COVID. This is no. I did. So thank God I wasn't coughing. Anyway, so then by the next day, I still felt bad, but it certainly wasn't COVID, right? And so, I injured myself, but I don't know how I can describe it. It's not. It's like that injury really. It like caused me a fever. I was like, but I know exactly what happened, and it's gross. But look, I'm just saying. Look, if you're a younger person, you should know. You get used to gross things as you get older because they normally come out of you. Louis C.K. Very wisely said once time, like as you get to like at age 50, your anus becomes kind of like the entrance, the top of a bag of loosely raked leaves. It's like it's everything's in there, everything's in. But you never know what could happen. I mean, so that's what it's like getting old. So anyway, so that freaked me out. Okay, don't do well with like injury, sickness through injury. Okay, that was like, and I don't like going to doctors. I'm a bit like Baron Munchausen that way. So then I was like, I didn't even go to synagogue that day, which is like so insanely weird for me, right? Even though my wife really doesn't like me going. I only go for the morning service, but she really doesn't like me going. And I think that's done now. Because then I got better. Then the next day, this big notice going out from the shore. Like, it's like a 5-alarm fire. I was like, nah, everybody panic! Panic! I'm not joking. Some really nice guy, by the way, and this really genuinely nice guy. I got to take a drink. See, I laugh so much, I have snot going down the back of my throat now. I'm not exaggerating. That's exactly what it is. No, honestly, I can't go. Listen, it's always funny, okay, when you see incompetent people in charge. You know, it's always funny. It's all when you see deeply incompetent people in charge, which is what was going on. Anyway, so I was like, yeah. So there's this panicked email. There's a gentleman who prayed in the shul with me, and it happened to be, I think, in the prayer service I was, so in the same room as me, who was diagnosed with the dreaded disease. And so they had to close down the synagogue and spray it clean, and I don't know. Who was that? That's no. That's the more of that drama going on. I'm still getting WhatsApps about it. I thought I muted it. Oh God! If I could take any piece of technology out of reality, like it's gone. WhatsApp is number one. It should be Twitter. If I was a more altruistic man, it would be Twitter. But WhatsApp's more involved in my life. Okay, it's more involved in my life. So yeah. Anyway, so I was exposed to COVID. So now I'm thinking, oh my God, I had a fever yesterday. I was exposed to COVID. I'm imagining. Now this is how my brain does exaggerate. I'm imagining not that they say, "Oh yeah, you got to stay in isolation for 2 weeks." I'm imagining being put inside some kind of like laboratory cell, like so this clear plastic cage that I'm floating in naked as they prod and pipe. And for some reason, the only way they can get that data is by deep rectal examinations. Right? That's the only way. The probe, lots of probing. So I'm just imagining that, okay? I'm like, so I'm freaking out. I'm freaking all at the same time. All at the same time. My life is upside down altogether. Anyway, my living room floor has been ripped out along with my kitchen floor, and they're like, so there are paths that you can go on each day that the guys making it doing. It's like every day. You go in that bit from the Five Doctors, like, ha ha ha, it's easy as pie, Doctor, ha ha, which for Andy Ainley meant leaping around the squares, but for poor old Richard Underl, it meant shuffling slowly up the middle. So there you go. So anyway, so I was in full. So that's all going on. Like everything is like. Imagine, okay, this is what it's like. Imagine this. That movie Inception, fantastic movie, one of my favorite movies. I love Christopher Nolan, but there's this bit in it where they're in dream reality for one of the first times, and everything blowing up in slow motion. And now imagine that being your life constantly. So I'm living in my basement, like it's a pretty cushy nuclear fallout shelter. Like this is where I am, but still, it's like. It's like I'm in the Battle Bridge. Listen, I don't feel so bad about putting guests up anymore. I mean, we have a guest room, right? And it's not so bad. I'm quite comfy in there. It's got its own shower, got bathroom. So yeah, listen, I think I'm on board. Anyway, so I calmed down. I'm in full freak out mode, like full out. I'm not even joking. I just imagine being somehow on my hands and knees in a white sterile room with everybody clothed in white and blue gloves for some reason, and the nurse, get the extra long probe now. I'm like, oh really? No. Yeah, and people are pointing at me and laughing all the while. Okay, so that's what I'm imagining. Okay, that's what's going through my head. But then I calm down. Okay, and I go for. I say, listen, we got to get. So that's at first I didn't want to say I'll get a test, right? I didn't want to get a COVID test because like they'll just track me and then I'll be put in a cage somewhere, and that's what's going through my head. I should tell my wife, who didn't know why I was freaking out. I had to tell her that's actually the reason what was going through my insane head. So anyway, so then I calmed down and I said, no, I'll just get a test. I think it's all cool. I think it's all cool, Sphere. So I went, and then there's a drive-through test. It's very cool. You drive up, and you have to put your note from the doctor and your card from it up, your ID card, your medical ID card. They can write it down for you. And then you drive to the next station, and it suddenly shoves a thing down your mouth and up your nose for a couple of minutes, and then you're basically done. So yeah. But I had a migraine all week ever since, like, I got sick because that freaked me out. So I had a migraine all week. I'm not joking. And on the way back, as I was driving back from the COVID test, I felt like, I felt all that tension. I didn't know I had so much tension in my muscles here, like all week, and it just felt like melt away. And I relaxed for the first time. I said, you know what? Damn it, I got to stream. So I didn't stream last night because what was the reason? I was just like, okay, that's just fate. I'm not doing. I wasn't feeling that good again. Fine. So let's just go through the chat quickly because now I'm like bloody late. There we go. Only 10 minutes late. There we go. Derek Smalls, good evening. How are you? Good afternoon. What has Mandela got to do with it? I don't know. Sophie Castwell. Never mind. Forget it. Okay, I'm not going to go into debates or conspiracy. Well, that debates and conspiracies will be mentioned many times. Kelly Ince, how are you? Morning, afternoon. Oh, Blue Bonnet Hoover. How are you? I'm so glad you're here. You're going to be a topic of conversation. In your office day. I don't know what your office is, but I imagine it to be some kind of customer service something. Because you've got a very soothing voice. You got like, don't worry, sir. Well, you got like a very competent voice, like everything's going to be okay. Like, don't worry. Oh yeah, no. I understand. The flames are coming closer. Everything's there, but you can say it, and I'll like, okay, you calm me down. Like, okay, you're in charge. So hi, how are you? Just want to go home, don't we all? Well, I am home. I need to explain what my home life was. Colin P. Smith, good afternoon. How are you? I sent you a link to Remembrance of the Daleks. Very interesting, very good documentaries in that. Interesting documentaries. I am doing a short online course about Salem witch trials. Yeah, we're living them, baby. We are, and it's all Salem witch trials. Was all about money. This is the same thing. It's all about money. You're in all day. Got plenty again. Okay, I'm going to try and whiz through because I got Sabbathers coming, right? And I don't know how long I can get. Like, I got to make boom hard stop. You work for a law firm. Boss was appointed by court to sell a house. 4 owners hate each other. I want to create anything. One of them is coming into yellow. She called me a liar and open court. Well, okay. That's why I can imagine you rather put on a bit of Big Finish. I'm only about 10 minutes in to the first episode of Stranded. I have to tell you, it's a pretty good premise for a season of Doctor Who. Not sure they're going to get 12, well, even 4 parts out of it. 12 bloody parts? Whoa. But it is an interesting premise. It's basically Doctor Stranded in 2020. Oh my god! I bet they should have made it 2019. I think they should have redubbed it to 20 or just not now. Okay, they should have dubbed it to when it was crazy, not insane. Okay, fine. Let's go through everybody. Okay, fine. Okay, whoa. Fine. Okay, I'm just whizzing through this conversation with you. I'm like, oh, Charlotte Shields, how are you? Good morning. How is everyone? With Chris Persia, how are you? Daniel Leach. Correct, the soy mob are as thick as a pot of Scottish mint. Ooh, that is awfully thick, Daniel, but also very, very tasty as well. That's a pretty darn yummy analogy you came up with. I agree that I'm going to work on everything on BritBox. Okay, fine. Just going as quickly as I can. If I see anybody atting me, I hope you did to get my attention. Oh, there I am. So okay, look, I called up to the beginning. Okay, it is the Total Hysteria show because that's what we're living in. Total freaking hysteria. What, you got to warn somebody about aliens? What the hell is wrong with you? For God's sake! Oh, listen. You add 2 words into that and it's fine, okay? You add 2 words into that disclaimer, it's fine. You know what those 2 words are? Dear pussies, right? And then, whatever. Objective, oh, you might be scared. Oh, no, everybody, we don't know what the rules are going to be tomorrow. So we've got to write this to last at least 2 or 3 weeks. In fact, let's pull this up. Second. I just got a Hills versus Babyface. What's up? Was it? No, yeah, not WhatsApp. YouTube notification. I understand what's name is tanking, like tanking hard. The Last of Us 2, like it's got the biggest. I don't know if that's been or not, but somebody's saying it's got like the biggest number of. Sorry, I'm just looking for the image now. It's got the biggest number of pre-order cancellations of all time. Oh, thank you very much. My wife just came in, airlifted me in a coffee. 1 second, I'm nearly there. Oh, no, I just saw it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Fine, let me grab this JPEG. Now it's just saying open with. I want to open with a bit of preview action. What? This is even here. What? Oh, preview default. Duh. Okay, there you go. Fine. Once it opens up, we will watch it. We will read this idiocy together. This is an application window we are sharing, and here is the application window, courtesy of Noel's Twitter feed, which is where I find out everything. Okay, that's my portal into the insanity of Twitter and like just insanity, right? So this is where I got this from. That's what a bunch of other people posted. This is for Flash Gordon. No, respect me. To be caught watching Flash Gordon is just like nonchalantly. You see, that is just a sign of street cred in my mind. Okay, so it says this film has outdated attitudes. Mother, what? No, outdated attitudes that hot women were hot, right? Okay, I mean honestly. Flash Gordon, it doesn't really count for Aliens when you put it in as well. Flash Gordon is essentially the cutscenes of a porn movie, isn't it? I mean, it's the most sexually charged movie I think I've ever seen. You know, here's my thought. I thought I was overplaying it because I watched it when it was 12 or whatever year it came out. Well, it should say 1980. Okay, so I was like 9. Okay, so yeah, okay, my latency period was over. I have to be honest there. That's true. So I thought, I was just super horny, and that was a memory I had of it. So then I actually bought it. I went back and watched it, and like, no, that is, I mean, like, what? It's okay. You got Ming, who's essentially like a sexual sadist with free reign to do. I mean, they're not even really covering it up. I mean, like, really, it's a mild allegory at that. I mean, the rocket ships are also like giant penises. It's a very sexually charged movie. And then you got Princess Aurora, who's like saves Flash Gordon from execution so he can become her sex toy. You know, I mean, and like again, they're not coy about it. And then Dale is then first hypnotized into like this erotic slavery to Ming the Mercer. About this man, and I just thought, okay, I really thought I was a 9-year-old, as it turns out. I was putting together the dots, and making my own sexual fantasies. Because I was a pretty dirty kid. I can admit that. I'm a pretty dirty adult. I can admit that too. But no, this movie is essentially the cutscenes from porn movies. If they ever find the rest of it, wow. That would probably be the best porn movie of all time. I think so. That would need some significant respect. Anyway, this film, but okay, so this is actually more true for Flash Gordon than it was for Aliens, I admit, but still, it was like, this film has outdated attitudes, language, and cultural depictions, which may cause offense today. So you just add the word, dear pussies. Dear pussies. See, and then everybody knows who we're talking to. Dear pussies, this film has outdated attitudes, language, and cultural depictions, which may cause offense. Really? What? You don't like the cultural depiction of, Timothy Dalton's Woodland people? Well, they found that offensive, or the little lizards with their face in their mouth? Really? But you know what? Who knows? Tomorrow it may be. They had smaller aliens, remember, with a little sword? Was it Dale? Dale was clearly a cheerleader in that incredible scene where Flash, who is essentially Tom Brady, Flash takes on this. Who knows why? He's in a room full of like alien security guards. And rather than just shooting him or beating him into a pulp or doing anything that would happen to him on Earth, they say, no, we're going to play football with him. And you have Crichton, the guy who also, like everybody in it, it's got some kind of weird say. The woman who's after Professor Zarkov, the whole thing is just like, okay, I just noticed the sexual fantasies which happen to appeal to me. There's so many in there. There's so many. What, are you into bears? Oh, look, there's what's his name? King of the Hawkmen, blind breasted. Hawkmen, dive! Anyway, so yeah, I think we got off on a tangent. Yeah, so just had the word dear pussies and we're good, That's what I was going to say. Just had the word dear pussies. Fine, back to the chat. Total Hysteria show. I hope you're well. I'm very, very glad that that Nick Breed's got back to you. I'm very, very glad about that. We live in a terrible world where evil, malicious people, which I think this proves that this prick's evil and maliciousness, that he weaponizes racism. He disingenuously weaponizes racism. So decent people will go like, oh yeah, no problem. I'm against racism. Yeah. And they end up in a quagmire, which is exactly what happened to Nicholas Briggs. And I think he would giggle in company when he said, well, she's a Trump supporter, she must be racist. So I think he would giggle, which is okay. I'm like, okay, which is like, I don't know. It's basically if somebody said a racist joke 30, 40 years ago and somebody like, yeah, it's okay with it, That's basically that's basically where it is, which is kind of like the best you can freaking hope for, I think anyway. But yeah, we're going to be going through that guy in a minute. Once I catch up with the chat, which I'm now 20 minutes behind. Okay. So how are you liking the fan show of Doctor Who? I've never watched it. The Crystal D thing, I can't watch it. It's like, oh my god. She's just such a fake fan. I don't believe she's a fan. She feels like she's a fan because it's fashionable. It's kind of like why I feel the Italians joined the Germans in World War II, because fascism was just so fashionable. I have to tell you, the Italians. If you've ever been to Italy, Italy is I think my favorite country I've been to. I mean, I've been to Israel, but I love Italy, especially Florence, Firenze. If I would live anywhere else, it's definitely the old city of Florence. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. But they're very, very fashionable. The Italians, very, very fashionable, which I think was a big pull for them for fascism. Okay. So CJ Campbell, 37, is here. I wonder if CJ Campbell 37 is in a feud with CJ Campbell 36. He says, I could have been 36, damn it. I could have got the 36 slot. I could have done it. But he called me. He called me as I was about to register and said he pretended he was a hospital and my mother had been caught in an accident. And I rushed to the hospital and it was all fake. And in the time I was away, he nabbed the 36 spot. Wouldn't that be weird? I don't think that happened. I think I just made that all up. It was a hangover. It was just a hangover. We're talking about the after show again. Okay, whizzing through. Did wonder why you didn't do the. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff went on. I wasn't feeling well. The internet kept going in and out. That's the other thing. Oh my god, that's over now. Thank God. Oh. Like how many times the internet went out like for the third. I'm like, I'm not streaming. I'm done. I took the night off, and I really got into what's that show? The Wire. I'm really enjoying The Wire. Nobody spoil it for me. I'm on episode 4 of season 1. I really like it. I really enjoy it. I have a feeling my favorite character is going to be killed within a year. I think you're going to grow to like him because I don't think he's got the chops. I don't think he has. You can destroy that Chibnall disgrace. Yes, you can. We can all. if we can. Hi, chat. Hope all is well. Just seen a leaked photo on New Dalek design. Not great view. Looks weedy on the. It's on the Doctor Who companion webpage. If anybody's seen it, I hope somebody can post me a link. If not, I will go looking for it. Doctor Who companion. Is it a Facebook page or web? I'm just going to do a. Well, if I do a search for Doctor Who companion, would you reckon it'll come up? Let's try DoctorWhoCompanion.com. Who companion.com. Let's have a look at that. That's it. No, site cannot be reached. Did I spell that right? Right. So okay, let's do a man, it's like the whole thing. Doctor Who companion web page. Let's have a look at that. See if Google can work it out. The DoctorWhoCompanion.com. Let's have a look. Who knows? Could be right. Okay. Leak Dalek. No. Okay. Let's have a look. I'm clicking on it. Oh, somebody's sending me a photo. Yeah, well, that one I've seen. These are old ones. These are not new. Oh, yeah, fine. Okay, fine. That one. That's not leaked. That was on the official Doctor Who site now, isn't it? Yeah, listen, I mean, like, what do I think of it? Let me share the page. What do I think? I don't care. You know, I don't care. You know, let me see. Now I've got to work out what page it is. Was it that one? Oh, there you go. You know how I worked out what page it was? It's the one that said leak photos of Revolution of the Daleks photo gives closer look at new design. Really, the Doctor Who companion. That's crazy. That's crazy how easy that should have been. Fine. So, you know, it looks a bit shit. I mean, listen, I'm negatively predisposed to it, obviously, because it's Chris Chibnall, and I'm negatively predisposed to most things he's done. I mean, if I saw it if I saw it in the Moffat era, I don't think I would mind. I don't think it looks objectively bad. I don't think it looks objectively good. I just, you know what? I would, you know who I would defer to on it? Russell T Davies. If I can ask Russell T Davies what he thinks, because when they rebooted the series, I remember, so was it Mike Tucker or somebody says that he was very specific about the Dalek design, to the degree he wanted the base to be a little bit wider. You know, like the whole, like, he wanted to make them a little bit more squat. Like, you know, he talked about it in a matter of inches. You want this to be an extra inch over here, next to 3. So he's somebody who really understands Daleks so much better level. And Nick Briggs as well. So I wouldn't mind hearing. I mean, you're never going to be able to either of these people take them, but I would defer to both of them. I just don't really know. Like, I mean, yeah, it does look like a seaside ride. You know, it's like, but you're seeing it out of context. I mean, I honestly, this era gives me so much to legitimately rank on. I don't have to go looking for anything, you know? Like, I just don't. Yeah, it's yeah. So so I saw it, and it's I could go I could go either way on it. I really could go either way on it. Okay. Perhaps there's all intolerance to the idiocy in placing. Oh God, I know. Oh, so who's calling? Let's see. It looks like a jungle from America. I'm going to listen to it. Let me see what they say. Hello. No one's answering. No one's answering. In your own time. Because of recent changes in my state. I think it's selling me health insurance. Yeah, no, I'm cool, mate. I'm cool. You have a good day. Really? Is it worth their while? Do you reckon it's worth their while to like, who buys from that? Right? Like, who buys from that? Although, if you ever saw the Wolf of Wall Street, right? You know, when people look like look phoning ads or something at the back of like weird, dirty magazines, you know, to like the where he was at the beginning, you know, was the stock exchange, not the beginning, but after the crash, right? He went out to like, that's where he started selling the pink sheets. And he came up with that whole spiel about the guy, you know, the technology thing, and he sells everything, and people were amazed. I have no idea how we even got onto that, but there you go. Let's have a look. Okay, what's going on in the chat? So Latkin tried to get you on the Nerdrotic channel, but I wasn't listening. Oh, well, thank you anyway. Thank you. If anybody super chats about me on Nerdrotic, Hills versus Babyface, I can't do it right now. Especially because I'm also Nerdrotic, Hills versus Babyface or Ethan Van Scover, I will absolutely reimburse you. 100%. I will totally I mean, yeah, within reason. Yeah, I mean, like, don't do it over like £20 or dollars or something, but like, yeah, I mean, don't I don't know, whatever you think. I'll trust your judgment, but don't don't go crazy. But anybody, I will totally reimburse. So I will do that anyway. Smash the like button. Chris is so professional. Smash that like button. Absolutely. It was crazy this week. Everything was just blowing up. Yeah, that guy was such an arsehole. I was trying to catch up with the chat before. Going. I would say about 5 or 7. Always with the probing. That's my deepest fear. Yes, it really is. It really is. You ask any of my kids independently. You could lock them in a room. We could put each one of my kids in separate rooms, right? You know, soundproof rooms, and they could go. And you would ask them, "What is your father's deepest fear? What is your father's deepest fear?" And they would all tell you the same thing. My father's deepest fear is being raped in prison, not just raped anywhere, but raped specifically in prison. You know, I think that's very horrific about the setting. I binge watched the Jeffrey Epstein thing on Netflix, the 4-part. He was a very creepy gentleman, wasn't he? He was very, very creepy. So, but I guess thinking about how he died, which was being strangled, you know, in a prison cell, you know, by this massive guy, and then being like strung up to look like suicide badly, you know. So yeah, I don't know what it is about, but yeah, always with the program. That is always of concern to me. That's 100% correct. If my wife was available and would come on camera, she would concur. Okay. 10 on the dot. My boss walked in to talk. What have I meant? Nothing. Nothing. I was talking about probing, mainly. Is it too thin and obviously based on resolution? Yeah. Listen, it's based on resolution of the Daleks, and let's go back to it. It's like it's not a resolution of Dalek was a junk one, and so although they said this was the Dalek Supreme or something, some name they've used before, which it was better when they made up their own name. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not who cares? Like it's like honestly, they can make I don't know exactly. They have a giant dildo wobbling down the street, going external. It wouldn't be any less, you know, crap than it is. You know, like who cares? None of this is real. Looks like a bad 80s design. Yeah, it looks like one of the designs you would see when they're talking about bringing it back in the 90s, right? The Keeley version or whatever. Yeah, the spider. It looks kind of like. It looks like some people who don't really have any idea about Doctor Who trying to do something new with Doctor Who. You know, that's basically what it looks like. Although the Cybermen came out really well. I honestly think they were the best Cybermen since Earthshock. Really do. I've set up another channel and still editing my film. Oh, looking forward to it. It does take time. Twitter is fascism. That is correct. Oh man, what a jump. Oh my goodness. Could I ask? Oh, see, I just stopped randomly. Can I ask you a serious question? Do you think Jesus should be black or dark skinned? As he's from Judea. Dark skinned, I think. Dark skinned. Yeah, Jesus is supposed to be, you know, your basic Arab. Yeah, I can't try to think of a more politically correct way of saying it, but no, it's like that's It's not a bad word, is it? I don't know. Not today. But basically, yeah, he's like very, very, very smart. I mean, let me think. I mean, not black. You know, it's oh my god, Ian Holm died. Mr. Podcast. That is such a bummer. Oh, of course, they played my favorite robot of all time in Alien. Fine, let me zoom back through the chat. Okay, I'm just going to go and see if I see my name. If I see my name in it, I will stop. Oh, there you go. So okay, fine. So yeah, we're at where I stopped. So yeah, I mean, like not black, but yeah, like Indian. If you get it, like slightly milky coffee, right? If that's where you get, that will be my guess. Black hair, definitely. Like, did you see the clip? It was really funny. Somebody sent it to me on WhatsApp. Where I said, "Jesus, oh, I really need your help. I really need your help." And he turned up, boom, and he's like, "Yeah, who are you?" He's like, "I am Jesus, my son." He's like, "What? You're black?" Yeah, I know, it was so funny. It was. If you ever see that clip, you've got to find it. It's really funny. I'll try and find it as I end the stream. Fine. Is it just me, or does a new Leak Scout Dark look very much like the original Evil of Dark's Emperor? Or should I say, if I'm not right, Empress? Probably, isn't it? It'll be. Is he getting a woman to voice them? I mean, that would really be the obvious move, wouldn't it? You know what? That's actually a good segue. Let's look at this. Let's look at this video and see that even Jodie Whittaker doesn't understand. It's not that she doesn't know or doesn't understand anything about Doctor Who, right? It's not that. Oh man, I didn't doubt it. Okay, I'm gonna find it. It's not that she doesn't understand it. It's and she doesn't understand the history of Doctor Who. She doesn't even understand her Doctor Who, right? That's how freaking bad it is. Let me see if I can. Oh man, I got to go over the whole thing again now. 1 second, I do this. If not, we'll play it in the player. I do this. Now I got to open this. I thought I was being really efficient by doing this before the stream, but yeah, there you go. Processing, please. Fine. So I'm going to press this. Opens up another window. No. Now it's make me wait before I can download it again. And here it comes. Oh wait. Let me try that one. I think I pressed the wrong one.
I think it must be wonderful.
There we go. Can I play through this? Yeah. Okay, let's do it this way. We go. Share screen. Chrome tab. I think it's this one. I think it's this tab. Don't think I've got any deeply sensitive information open. Here we go. Good. So we're going to see even this is Jodie Whittaker apparently from last night on whatever this guy's show, the James Corden show. It's a 40-second clip, and it's so I might stop it and scream a few times in the middle. So let's have a look.
I think it must be wonderful for the first time with this character to be meeting young girls who are suddenly seeing themselves in the Doctor. Have you found?
Okay, piss off, you cocksucking piece of crap. What? Piss off. What, you're telling me up until now, no girl related to Doctor Who? You utter moron. They all like Matt Smith. They all like David Tennant. Dick brain. Really? You virtue signaling piece of... Yeah. So we got 9 seconds in that time. Let's see how much farther we get.
Found that to be a regular occurrence.
Yeah, it's really... What's been brilliant is when we've shot before, especially because the storylines are so secretive, so a lot of the time you're shooting in really secret locations. But
okay, Jodie, darling, you can shoot them in the middle of the street. Nobody cares. No, people used to care, and you get a far fewer amount of people who pretend to care, but nobody cares. No, you know how much nobody cares? Even you and Chris Chibnall don't care. Nobody cares. What you're doing is a entirely pointless exercise. You're breaking rocks. What is utterly pointless, and hopefully you're being teed up to to sadly have to give up your reign because of, you know, outside circumstances of the dreaded plague. And let's see what other pearls of wisdom moron here has to say.
The times that we've been able to be out and about, and you get, like you say, little girls who are
okay, this is what happens. You get fans fed to you, right? You don't go out into the open world, okay? You don't go out into Comic-Con, right? You can't do that. You can't go into any uncontrolled environment. Not because you're to be ripped to pieces because you're so adored. Because if you go out and you face actual real fans, your overwhelming response will be, why are you so shit? Why are you so incredibly shit in the role? Why are you playing it like a buffoon? Why is Christian Bale writing the Doctor to be an immoral buffoon? Like that, those are the questions you would be getting had you not have girls have with bad facsimiles of your costume strapped on them and pushed towards you on the end of brooms.
Are dressing as the Doctor, and they haven't had to chop their hair off. Or
okay, darling, idiot. You have short hair. In fact, you know, I have to tell you, there is nothing feminine about your costume. Nothing feminine. If anything, I would say you were playing it very, very trans. Yeah, I would say you're playing it very like asexual. You haven't embraced your sexuality at all. The Doctor hasn't explored what it is to be a woman in any way, which actually might have been a bloody interesting way to go. But you are a shallow, virtue signaling piece of human filth, as Malcolm Tucker once said in the thick of it. You're a waste of skin.
Or they're in a costume that feels at one with them as much.
Oh, at one with them. I've seen more girls cosplay as previous Doctors than cosplayed as you. I've seen more girls cosplaying as mother effing Daleks than I have as you.
Which is it would with a little boy.
Oh yeah, so she's basically saying we've taken it away from little boys and we're pretending little girls like it. Okay, that's great. Very, very sad about Ian Holm. Is it just me or the news? In between cursing about idiots, yes, I am. Yes, I'm pretty much that way with Clive. I can imagine. Okay, I just had this guy send me a message. I wasn't going to mention this. Utter douchebag. Utter douchebag. It's it was on the Nerdrotic Facebook group. He was giving me crap about. I said, this guy gives away used stuff as prizes. And I'm like, well, you don't have to have it. And I was like, you're being a total dick. I was being a total dick, and he lost his shit. He's messaging me like crazy now. Okay, let's read them out. Let's read out his messages. I just saw the last one, and you have unattractive offspring. Okay, fine. I'm not. Please don't go and look up who this guy is. No, Eddie. Okay, fine. I was a bit. Okay, go on. Okay, fine. I'll start with me. First, so what happened was he freaked out and he sent me he reported me to Facebook for bullying and harassment when I replied to him. And yeah, I had a bit of a caustic put down. I will admit. But he ran to Facebook police crying. And so then I was put in Facebook jail for 24 hours, right? So I reported it. So I sent him a message after he did it. It says, hey there, saw you ran crank to Facebook and reported me for harassment. No problem. I'll make a video about you on my YouTube channel. Thanks for the content. So then about an hour later, I said, because I looked at his Facebook feed and he was really sad. He doesn't have any kids, doesn't have a wife, doesn't have a girlfriend, doesn't have any children. I thought, oh, that sounds like something I could really rub in his face and hurt him with. So I went ahead and I thought that's what I'd do. So then I said, on second thought, forget it. I had a look at your profile and just felt how sorry for how empty your life is. Try and be a better person, and I'm sure you'll find someone. Good advice. So now he's just replied to me. What else did it say? You are an awful person, not to me. Now get lost, cheap ass. Hey, why don't you offer a regurgitated bowl of ice cream for your next prize? Oh, and you are fat and bald. Yeah, yes, I am. And old. Very good. You're right. And you have unattractive offspring. At least I have offspring. I would say. You know why I have offspring? Because I have sex. Probably why you act like a dick online. Wait, okay, let me put this together. You're saying I was fine. I was totally normal. This is gold. I was fine. I was totally normal. Totally normal. And then I had children, and I said, "This child is unattractive." Because unattractive. This child is unattractive. I will now act as a dick online. That's his premise. So when I finish the stream, I'll send him the link and tell him this started about 40 minutes in. Oh, it's hilarious. Fine. 50 episode 1 is stranded. I'm enjoying it. Very good. I'm like 10 minutes in. It's not bad. So I said it's a good idea for a season. It's a fun. I don't know how they're going to stretch it out, but it's a good idea. You know, I'm just that. I like it. There's like nothing going on that he can rely on. You know, like Unit's not around. Like 2020, he's saying for him 2020 sucks. But again, I don't know how they're going to sell it as 2020. But it's like normal. They should have just changed it to. They should have redubbed it to 2019. You know, that would have made much more sense. I guess. Oh, that was really funny. That was really funny. Possibly this one very sad. Okay, let me start whizzing through it because I'm so behind as always. Okay, fine. Okay, I'm warning. The TARDIS dimensions are not accurate. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, I'm just going to keep going until I see my name. Well, then I see interesting stuff. Since it's Sky putting up there, I'm suspecting it might be Ruben Mulder trolling pissed. Could be. That's actually that's a fine point. Yeah, that's a very fine point. Your wife look perplexed. She often does. My wife is the normie of the group. My wife is the normie of the group. So much soy. How can I say about Flash Gordon? Yeah, Flash Gordon, maybe. I don't know. Oh my God, Flash Gordon, I can imagine him saying about. Okay, well, it is flying forward. We're talking about warning. This film features. This is by Colin Smith. Warning. This film features strong male characters, attractive female, a straightforward good versus evil message, female on female fights, women being attracted to men, and other outdated content. Yes, that works. That's what we should. Although I am thinking of adding that tagline to everything I do from now on. I am lots of outdated concepts. Fine. Go Flash, go! Yeah, I remember that. Oh man, that's Saturday Go 24. Agree. Pussification of the world continues. So sad. Look, I'm up. I'm only half an hour behind now. Okay, I'm whizzing. Okay, okay. See that? Yep. He's trying to claim to be fans of this show. Exactly. It's stoking a mob. It's like, oh, that guy was such a dick. Shall we do him now? No, I'm really going to try and catch up the chat before we go over him. Okay, fine. Crystallized P. I don't know what's going on. Fine. I would rather be anally probed than watch the fan show. That sounds very bad. That sounds very bad. I don't know if that's what you're into. I'm assuming not. You know, I am not judgmental. Whatever anybody enjoys, it's really none of my business. And I actually really do mean that. I was just thinking that nobody was really bothered in any way by this is actually a good tangent to go on. No one's really bothered in any way about trans people 10 years ago. You know, nobody was like, you know, they're always trannies. They're always, you know, Polythene Pam, you know, the Beatles song. You should see Polythene Pam. She's good looking, but she looks like a man. You should see her in drag dressing a polythene bag. You should see polythene ban. Yeah, so that was a famous transvestite. It's at a museum in London, and there's a sculpture of her made out of papier-mâché, of all things. So there's, and nobody really minded. It was just like, that's a bit weird, but okay, whatever. It doesn't really bother me. Right, so and it was only when I think it only really changed when the deep intolerance came in. The deep intolerance of anybody saying, no, actually, you know when it changed? When people forgot the difference between acceptable and not acceptable is not the right word. I guess acceptable or okay. I can't think of a better word than acceptable and normal, right? A lot of things are very, very acceptable, but they're not normal. Normal is defined as an activity that is engaged by the majority, the overwhelming majority, and being trans isn't engaged in by the overwhelming majority. Having your gender be fluid isn't an activity engaged in by the overwhelming majority. So, by definition, it's not normal. That's not to say there's anything wrong with it, because it's totally acceptable. It's like in our society, there's absolutely nothing prohibitive about that. Now listen, in a biblical society, for there to be a biblical society, and it's from a Jewish perspective. I'm not sure what it is from a Christian perspective. But from a Jewish perspective, there needs to be a temple in Jerusalem, where basically the whole tension between the Jews and the Palestinians is over the Dome of the Rock, is over that little square, because that's where the Jewish temple was built, and where the Jews pray 3 times a day. It will be in the future. So that's really the question. So let's say then from a Jewish so there's a temple there, and there's constant miracles going on. When I say constant miracles, the smoke from the pyre goes up in a perfect column. It's like, essentially it's a world that exists where somebody can't disbelieve in God, right? So that's the fundamental difference of the universe of now and the Messianic age. But in terms of having jobs and money and stress and strife and stuff like that, all that still carries on, according to Jews. So what was I talking about? That we're talking about Messi. Oh yeah, we're talking about So in that universe, right? For a Jew to desecrate Sabbath in 39 prescribed ways, right? Then he gets the death penalty, right? I mean, if he's been publicly warned and he does it 3 times, there's a bunch of stuff you've got to really want to do it, right? Then he gets it. That's when it comes in. So there, at that point, there's punitive measures against being trans. But that's in such a fundamentally different universe than what we live in. For all intents and purposes, there's no reason anybody should have any problem with anybody being trans. But again, I think the change happened was when they forgot the difference between okay and acceptable and normal. Normal is an activity that's engaged in by the majority. I mean, look, another great example: being gay. Being gay is not an activity engaged in by the majority. It's not. It's a minority. It's a minority thing, right? That's by definition, right? So, but it doesn't mean as the Seinfeld says, not that there's anything wrong with it, right? Fine. So so that's where I think the whole problem with the whole trans argument happened. Fine, let's go forward. PD Rich says, "Hello, how are you? Sadly, Doctor Who fan is a fan, but she does blow it up for cameras. A friend of mine knows and has worked with her personally and preferred her co-presenter." Okay, honestly, I've never even watched the whole show all the way through. I'm not really in a position where I could give a judgment at all. Okay, what's it? Sophie Castwell says, "I'm talking about the fan series." I'm about 20 minutes into it, which is pretty good for me. I really wanted to. I'm into The Wire right now, And then I'm also want to get the what was it? I want to get through Stranded, and then that's it. So I'm juggling a lot of stuff, but that I'm 20 minutes in is very impressive. just so you understand. Fine. I'm glad you. Just started rewatching Blake 7 and Babylon 5. Real sorry, yeah, Babylon 5. Well, I mean, it's such a shame how that like died in its final year. You know how it really fifth season didn't really come together at all. I mean, it was really good up until that point, but you could really tell that they scripted it to be a 5-year series, and then they shortened it to 4, right? And then they just finished too early. That whole season was kind of lost. Fine. Just whizzing through. Sorry, it was new to me. Okay, fine. Whizzing through. Hey, this is good. I'm getting through a lot of. I just hope it doesn't jump. I think it just did. Oh, it did. It jumped a lot. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, nearly there. Wait, what's this? Is that new? Jodie's here. We're talking about Jodie. Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So the option is I'm not allowed to go outside until I get and even though with an outdoor minion until I get the results of my COVID test back. But yeah, Sylvie. Fine. There we go. Silver Alchemist, how are you? It's a great Twitter handle. Jodie is so out of touch and is protected from the truth. The majority of people don't like her as the Doctor. Yeah, I know, it's so sad, and she has no idea. She is just like almost exactly like a Doctor. She has absolutely no bloody clue. It's incredible. Why do they always assume that I can only associate with other females? Because they're assholes. That's why. Most of my role models are exactly because they're assholes. Fine. Voice alone is like, no, it really is, isn't it? God. I was so open-minded to her until I saw her. That's always been my point, right? That the worst thing that can happen for the BBC is for season 13 to be made, because then people will see season 13 and then people will go, oh my God, that's awful, much like they did in season 12. But few of them will do it because no one's going to be watching because it's going to fail. Sulebeck, and I think Jodie could still go. Oh no, we have the opposing opinion. Kevin W. Clark says, Sulebeck, and I think Jodie could still do a good job. It's just the writing team. So, listen, I'm open to that. I mean, it seems like really at some point she's got to take some culpability for the really bad performance, right? And that performance is based on sheer ignorance. Again, Matt Smith's performance came from him going back and watching at least one of each previous Doctor's stories, which I don't think Jodie has done. And it shows. And the reason she hasn't done it is because she doesn't like it, which also shows. That's the really bottom line. She doesn't like Doctor Who. That I think that just comes through in her performance, that she doesn't like Doctor Who. I think Matt Smith did. I think basically everybody else did. I'm not sure about Chris Eccleston. He was a little bit he was a little bit, what's the word? He was okay going in, but I think he had a really bad time on that first block. Joe telling new Whovians to watch season 11 first in a coordinate. Yeah, exactly. Fine. She's a walking PR disaster. That's the thing. Who was saying I'm a legend? There you go. I can't. Look, when the man's right, the man's right. Just totally jumped. I think did I just catch up? I think I just caught up. Yeah. Oh, here I am. Season 4 was originally intended to end with Sinclair's capture. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're talking about Babylon 5, right? And so just trying to think of the episode guy there. Is that where did that end? Because they had that. Yeah, okay, now I've got to look up Babylon 5 episode guide. Fine, here we are. 1 second. Babylon. Oh, we got to do the blue one thing. Episode guide. That's what we got to do next. Let's do the Babylon 5 episode guide. So yeah, was it moments of transition? Oh, no, what was the basic season finale? It was No Retreat, No Surrender. Second, trying to remember. Was it Face of the? Oh yeah, it was. It was Exercise of Vital Power, maybe. Yeah, but yeah. So it was, yeah. Basically, it was the beginning of season 4, but you had those 2 movies of the week as well, which are really good. Oh, you had more of them. You had in the beginning, Third Space, which I liked a lot, and there was that other one. What's that other one called? I can't go back to the bloody episode guide. That should have it in. Episode guide. Oh, come on. It goes from season 4 to season 5. Sleeping in the Light. Babylon 5 specials. Let's say specials. Let's see what happens. Do pilot film. Okay, let's try Wikipedia. What's the name of the bloody special? Okay, No Retreat, No Surrender. That was season 4. Season 5 was Wheel of Fire. Lost Tales. Was it? No, that wasn't it. Okay, where is it? Spin-off film? Is it spin-off film? What's a spin-off film? Legend of the Rangers. No, that was what was it? Okay, what was the name? Oh, Third Space. Finally. Oh, so there's Third Space, and then yeah, they're in the 5th season now. I can find them. River of Souls. I vaguely remember. What was that? There was a third feat. So year 3. So in the beginning, Third Space and River of Souls. That River of Souls was something to do with the Soul Hunter, wasn't it? I kind of like the Soul Hunter, didn't it? Boy, he had that really weird. You're sitting at that guy. Anyway, yeah. So that was in there. You also had the final episode. Sleeping Light was filmed at exactly. And boy, did they miss the trick, not killing off was it? Yeah, they should have killed off what's the name? Ivana. Basically, when they left in a coma, and then she woke up right at the end. They could have totally worked out something else with her. But the whole thing with like, the biggest shame about Babylon 5 is they never did that the video game. I always wanted to play that video game. 1 second. So let's look at this blue bonnet Hoovian douchebag guy. Let me try and find it. Where did I put those JPEGs? Is this him? Yeah, here we go. 1, 2. Let me open this up. Okay, share screen. And also, this is what all went down with Blue Bonnet and Nicholas Briggs. I think I know the point where they intersected. So share screen. It's an application window, and it's that one. Yay. Okay, so this guy is so douchey. He includes like John Barrowman, Tosin Cole, and what's his name? And Mickey, what's his name? I can't remember his name. In it, so he also acts them. And by the way, I blanked him out. You can easily go find out who this is. Obviously, I look, these guys. You never know. This guy strikes me as being a massive arsehole. So I try not to give massive arseholes an opening where they could come after me, in any way. So I try. So I have him blanked out. I recommend keeping away from him. So we have the Doctor Who page. Official says, "What are you hoping to see in the upcoming festive special, Resolution of the Daleks?" Which clearly they keep saying Captain Jack's coming back, and the answer is, I really don't care. Really, totally don't care. I mean, I'll watch it to review it, but like, I'm not looking forward to it. In fact, I'm really not looking forward to it at all. If they can manage to record a Jodie regeneration scene at the end, then we could be talking. But anyway, so Blue Bonnet Hoovian, who in her Twitter avatar has clearly got so pissed off with people calling her a racist because she votes for Donald Trump. And like, honestly, and let's just point out, reality to anybody who's insane enough to believe like this guy does. Like, Donald Trump has double the support of the Latino and the African American community than any other Republican president, probably including the Republican president who freed the slaves, whoever that may be. Was that Lincoln? I'm not sure, but yeah, he has the most African American support. You know why he does? Because there's the best growth. They have had the highest job growth. You know that those sectors have prospered. Yeah, my thoughts on Donald Trump is basically this, which I know some people think is blasphemy. Is let it flash off. Is that that he really likes America. He really likes America and Americans, and I don't think he really cares what color an American skin is. He wants everybody to prosper, and I think the reason he wants everybody to prosper because that's a good thing. Everybody prospering is good. That's how everybody's life gets better, right? By everybody prospering. You know, that's a good thing. Fine. So Trump has the policies that they keep screaming he's a racist, right? And I guarantee you, in fact, I know because I looked at his Twitter feed, right? That this guy voted for Jeremy Corbyn, who is a real racist, a real actual racist, right? Who was like that admits that it isn't just that I think is a racist. He meets the dictionary and legal definition of an anti-Semite. It's that I bet he voted for this guy, and yet he's insane about Trump. Now again, they call many of Trump's policies racist, like enforcing border security slightly. Yeah, it's not like, oh yeah, thinking border security is a good thing and legal immigration is the best way to get the best people into America. You know, it's like I don't think that any of these things are bad things. So anyway, so that Blue Bonnet, that Blue says, I won't be watching it. Not interested in the Chibnall era anymore. That seems completely reasonable. But what was unreasonable to Mr. Dickface is Blue Bonnet's Twitter handle, because he said, I don't understand racist Doctor Who fans. What do they think the show's about? Yeah, like he thinks he's got a point. Like he thinks it. And listen, if anybody wants to be a dick, please send them the link to the screen. You know, because if he wants to come on, oh, I would love it. Yeah, and I bet he's such a narcissist that he like the other idiot came on that he thinks he will do well and educate me. So then somebody, I think he acted Nicholas Briggs or something in this. So Nicholas Briggs sort of says, yeah, that's a reasonable point to make. Because he sees it out of context of arsehole face calling Blue Bonnet a racist, right? So he just likes it. Now he takes that as a approbation for his bigotry. So Blue Bonnet replies back. Blue Bonnet doesn't need any help from anybody to reply back. Says, "What does racism have to do with anything to do with somebody not watching this current era? You're assuming that people who, that just aren't into what Chibnall is doing is racist. It has nothing to do with that at all. Martha Jones and Bill are two of my favorite companions. It's a reasonable response. So then he says, your timeline tells me you're racist. And you see, that's where the truth comes out. It says, so then Blue Bonnet says, because I voted for Trump, again, affording the Latino and African American community the highest job growth of all time. Because I cared about my fellow Americans. I wanted to see my fellow Americans prosper. And I know this is Blue Bonnet. I know that she wants her fellow Americans to prosper, and she doesn't care about her fellow Americans' skin color. So she said, because I voted for Trump, or the fact that I don't believe CNN and the BBC, or the fact that I believe all lives matter, which is actually true equality. So this is this for him is just complete proof that that Blue Bonnet is is beyond the pale, because he replies. By the way, I do like how I blanked out his name. It does look like a giant penis, right? It does. I do like the way that's going down. Yes, voting Trump and voting Trump and All Lives Matter, an All Lives Matter thing, mark you out as a racist. So again, anybody wants to send Arsehole Face this this stream, he's welcome to get in contact and come on. Wow, there you have it, folks. The absolute torrents of the deranged, brought to you by the groupthink mentality, and that's where we think that, and that's why I use the 1984 image as the background to the thumbnail. I just got a super chat from Rebecca Gold. Rebecca Gold, by the way, everybody, do not forget the Killing Zone. Rebecca Gold, can you put the Killing Zone link into the chat? Do not forget the Killing Zone. It was 22-year-old still. It's a great little movie. It's so much fun. I have to recommend it highly to all of you. And I wasn't sure, but on Twitter it seems like you're selling them still, right? Again, just in the chat, let me know. But let's just read your super chat. Let's stop negativity on Doctor Who. All these fights are not good. I agree with you. Yes, that's my next point. I'll have to get you on next Facebook live stream. Oh yeah, I'd love that. I love going to Facebook and have an ice cream on me, mate. Okay, you know who am I to argue? Although I have to say, I made a decision. This is a weird decision. I am basically from Sunday onwards going to be eating only potatoes. Only potatoes. No salt, no butter, just potatoes, just baked potatoes. And because that's basically the beginning of the Penn Jillette diet, which really works. I'm saying that one really worked. I lost a ton of weight with it. I lost about 3 stone, right? And I managed to keep it off for quite some time. And I still actually kept most of it off. But for like last year, especially in lockdown, has not been good. So I'm back on the potato. You start doing potatoes for 2 weeks. Yes, solely potatoes for two weeks. Then what that does, it breaks your habitual, because most of your eating habits are habitual, right? Most of your eating habits, and you don't believe it, but once you just have potatoes and you don't care what you're going to eat, right? You just and you eat whenever. You don't care about eating, right? So that's what it does. Also, it like reboots your taste buds. So then when you sit down and you eat like a stick of corn, it feels like it's exploding in your mouth. It's absolutely incredible. It's like you really taste flavors, and you manage to eat much more simply. And it did. For me, it lasted for a good 2 or 3 years. It was really, so I'm trying to do a bit of a reboot on that. So yeah. So I may not have the ice cream. I may give it to my kids. That's the plan with that. So what's it? There's somebody else something in the chat as well. Well, apparently 52%. This is right, Colin Speaker. Apparently 52% of the British public who voted Brexit are also exactly, and that's really the thing. That thing we have to talk about in a minute. Oh, a second, more thing I got. Is a behaviour that has to stop. It has to stop, and our reaction to that behaviour, which is not going to stop, has to be counterintuitive, which is where we're going to get to. 50% are also racist. These idiots are confusing being a nationalist in favour of one's nation racist because they're idiots. Blue who liked my commentary. You're welcome. I saw the memorial to Lincoln in the UK. Really? Lincoln Memorial to face. Yeah, but the thing is, it could be either side because everybody's gone absolutely insane. Okay, we all need to rewatch. And it needs to be played on a loop. Quatermass and the Pit. Quatermass and the Pit. The best science fiction polemic against the herd mentality, which we are living through right now. So anyway, the other side of the political aisle have lost their mind. They've gone crazy, and they believe they've achieved victory. They believe because many corporations have been terrified by of the recent riots and unrest and looking bad and Twitter. They are prepared to do anything that an all Black Lives Matter want, and any deviation from the groupthink, is an intolerable slight, and they will pillar you for doing that, right? So they will absolutely openly call you a racist because you believe in legal immigration. They will absolutely call you a racist because you want to see your countrymen prosper. They will call you a racist because of that, right? They will call you a racist because some of the people wanting to enter your country illegally have a skin color that isn't white. So they will call you a racist, right? So the solution to this is something that they said but never did. Michelle Obama, when during the 2016 campaign, said, "Oh no, Donald Trump's the candidate. You know, he's going to be so low." Which in the end he wasn't. He was not the lowest puncher in that fight, was he? Between Trump and Clinton, he really wasn't. She was so much dirtier than him. I mean, really, you think she didn't coordinate the Access Hollywood clip? Come on, political manipulation if there's any. ABC, Disney Corporation, we're watching you, and we're watching you and watching everything fail. Okay, I'm not saying there is a God. I personally believe in one. I believe in the biblical God. I believe that that this biblical God has a sense of humor. I do. I believe the biblical God has a sense of humor, and he will often pick unlikely candidates to perform unlikely roles. He will often pick candidates where you will think could never perform that role, and that's why I really believe that Donald Trump is the Messiah of the nation of Edom, the Messiah of nation of Edom. Edom is the brother of Yaakov, where all the Jews came from. They had two brothers. You had Esau, and you had Yaakov, Jacob, right? And they're supposed to work in tandem, and basically that was never going to happen till the end of days. And so so it seemed to be that how could anybody with Donald Trump's MO be messianic, right? I mean, listen, he probably stuck porn stars, you know, like that probably happened. Nobody thinks that didn't happen, right? And most people go, and why not? You know, yeah, why did you do it? Because you can. You know, I completely understandable. I mean, listen, I hope he did better than whatever her name was. Was it? Oh, man, what's her name? I keep going through all like these different like pet names like Kitty, Bunny. 1 second. Donald Trump porn star. What's her name? Stormy Daniels. There you go. I hope he did better than her. Because I mean, maybe she looked better in the day, but she's still doing it. Like, ooh, really? After all this time? Like, okay. So yeah, and he's a pretty gross guy, and you know he's a very dirty fighter. I mean, it's not his dirty fight. He will not lose a fight. All right, that's what I think you can say about Donald Trump. He will not lose a fight. He's okay to fight. He will fight, and if it's a cause he believes in, he will fight, and he will not lose it. He will do whatever he takes to win win the fight. So yeah, so like let's say you're one of those people who support that. Oh yeah, so you have Donald Trump does a lot of scuzzy stuff, and yet I believe because of that there is a force in the universe. This is all my wibbly wobbly view of the world. I believe there's a force in the universe called the Satan, which is translated in Christian as Satan. I think he's more of an ethereal force. So I think he can probably become people. Imagine him kind of like one of the endless from Sandman, the Satan. And I think if the Satan notices a great good, he has to try and stop it. You know, King David came from the line of Ruth, who was a convert from the tribe of Moab. That was it Moab? I think Moab. That was conceived by what's the word I'm looking for? Incest. It was conceived through incest. It was from the after the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. He had Lot and his two daughters. They thought they were the last two people alive. So his daughters one night slept with him, got him drunk, and slept with him. I think that's to his credit. And the second night did it again, and she slept with the other one. And then both the nations came. One's Moab, and then I can't remember what the other one's called. But Moab means from my father. So it's a divorcee convert thing. So it's a lot of things that you wouldn't expect a messianic line to come from. So then the Satan can overlook it. So yeah, that's what I truly believe, that Donald Trump is the Messiah for the nation of Edom, and his job is I believe the end game of this insanity that we are living through Since 2016, but more in 2020, and it increases as it goes on. They say the further you get, the closer you get to the end of the day, so faster time speeds up. And we've been seeing that for the last 100 years, right? The time has definitely speeded up, and we've been seeing that in the last 5 years, and we've seen that last year, and we've seen that last 6 months. Time is speeding up; things are happening quicker. So, but I think Donald Trump's thing is to unite the lines of Esau, Edom, and Yaakov, Jacob, in the service of a messianic world. But again, that's just me because I'm a rabbi, okay? But it's a good story, nonetheless. If you're not on board with it, let's have a look at the chat. I hope Rebecca Gold put the link in. Let's have a look. Wait a mass. Okay, good. I didn't mention it. Rebo Zudi did it. Yeah, and it really worked. He lost a ton of weight really quickly. It was a diet. He just ate vegetables after the first 2 weeks. He ate it was really just vegetables with nothing else, like no salt. And you can have you're able to have hot sauce, I think, with it, or hot sauce, and that's about it. That's the only thing you could have. And then after the potato famine for 2 weeks, you just eat veg. And I'm telling you, it actually isn't bad. You really enjoy it. You can eat whatever because you're training yourself, because you do that 2 weeks of potatoes. You're rebooting your body, and it really genuinely works. And as long as you can do it, you can really lose weight and maintain a weight loss with it. I can go look it up. Penlight diet. It was developed by this guy who was a NASA scientist directly for Penn, and it's really totally fascinating. Okay, let's read the chat. Alternate tomorrow people's the blue and the green. Yes, I know, that's true. But wait a minute, so much classier. Yeah, I did say. Although I'm not sure I should say that. All the Tomorrow People fans got so mad at me because I like the Tomorrow People. I did a Tomorrow People stream, right? And I thought I was being affectionate. I was like, yeah, I remember that. Oh, that was fun. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, well, God, but that was kind of funny. They all had the same name. Like the first few seasons just seemed amateurish to me. It just did. What do you want me to tell you? And this guy, he lost his shit. I'm telling you, he just went crazy. So yeah, so I tell you, as I've got a larger subscriber count, it's I do attract more crazy people now. It's a very fun dynamic. Now I want a baked potato, yeah, but I tell you, it really works. Fine, good to hear. Let's feed it back in. There is a God. I saw him in Star Trek. That's true. But what is God? What with the starship? Oh man, when you love somebody to come and rescue Star Trek, nothing's going to be good. Okay, nothing licensed is going to be good. It's all going to be totally like black women now. Okay, it was women, now it's like black people. Black people taking over control from white people, right? That is everything you're going to see, right? And so, in fact, no one's going to see it. I don't know if it's going to get made. Fortunately, the entertainment industry is about to go, implode. They're about to lose 100,000 workers just in England, and 100,000 people could more deserving of a loss of a job. I can't imagine. Maybe journalists, politicians. As we look, oddly enough, I'm making baked tatties for summer night. Well, God, I hope you enjoy. Star Trek 5. I just watched Star Trek 3. I'm not sure which way to go. Do I want to watch Star Trek 2 now or Star Trek 4? Star Trek 5. Star Trek 5 needs the fans to do a fan edit and redo the special effects for Shatner. I'm surprised somebody hasn't used that. God uses foreplay. Totally agree. He does. He so does. I think, look, any biblical study. Yeah. If God didn't write the Bible, especially the Old Testament, whoever wrote it really didn't like Jews. Just really didn't. Because he keeps telling all the bad crap we do. Yes. But yeah, so that's just one rabbi's view for you. Colin B. Smith, are you sure you're Jewish and not a Zoroastria? I don't know what that is. Maybe I am a Zoroastria as well. Spielbeck in God is real. I saw him, Bruce and Morgan Freeman. Wouldn't it be funny? Wouldn't it be funny you die and then God's just dicking with you being Morgan Freeman? Oh, if I was God, I would so do that. Wouldn't you? Oh, I would so do. Oh, it's like I'll do all white. There'll be a white costume. Like, really? No, I'm just dicking with you. It's not like this. That'd be so funny. Oh God, I hope God does that. I do. I think the biggest laugh my father got is the biggest first laugh my father got in the afterlife was when he died. Is they did all the Jerusalem traditions, which was really all this stuff against iron horror and all this weird stuff. For one thing, they took me into a room. They don't use coffins in Jewish funerals. We wrap them in a burial shawl. We bury them in a prayer shawl, right? So you decompose quicker, because that's probably the experience of decomposition is apparently unpleasant one, and whatever. So from what they say, that's Kabbalah. So they took me into the room with him. I told them, they put this dirt in my hand. I was like, "Yeah, what do you want? I don't understand." And then they took my hand and shoved it into the shroud, right, into his naked, dead, cold body. And then, but that wasn't enough. They then shoved my hand into his eyes, into his open eyes, to put the dirt. And I was like, "What?" So okay, after they coaxed me off the ceiling. They then said, "Now say sorry to him." I'm like, "What?" So I bet that was his biggest laugh. Although I'm looking forward to again meeting him in the afterlife. So because my eulogy for him, which if I say in all modesty, was fantastic, was absolutely wonderful. I get up, I'm the chief mourner. Which upset my sister, because she was always like, a very daddy's girl, and she wanted to, she likes being in control. It's like, bless her, but that's what she likes. And it's like, yay, whatever, I'm fine. Whatever she gets, but she does. So but because it's the Jerusalem traditions, they put me first, and they I don't know what. Anyway, so anyway, so I got up to speak as the chief mourner, which made her crazy. Oh, I shouldn't laugh, but it's really funny. And chief mourner and said, "Oh, my father, if you knew him, was a very, very naughty boy. He's a very naughty. He was a naughty boy. And he loved to be a naughty boy. He was a naughty boy in every way. I can give you many stories of his naughtiness." This is what I was saying in his eulogy. I can give you many stories of my father's naughtiness. But I'm going to give you one of the more recent ones. What was it? Well, I'm trying to remember the punchline. So when we're in hospital, my daughter and I, Yael, went over to England when he was very poorly, when he was like on his last legs, to be with him in hospital and bring him back to live in Israel with us. Well, with my sister. God bless her. See, she likes being in control, but I'm glad she took the bullet on that one. I mean, I would have done it, but I kind of better that for me anyway. So we're in hospital, and one of the nurses come in, who are all European, African, or nobody is from England in London anymore. It's the weirdest thing. So she goes, "Hello, David, how are you?" And he looks up at her, and he thinks, has profound thoughts. He says, "My balls hurt," he says. And then the nurse looks at him and laughs and says, "Oh, David, you're a naughty boy." And yes, she was very right. So that was and I when I gave that eulogy, it was you're getting a glimpse of my sense of humor now. I heard an audible gasp in the room when I said, "My balls," and like people were, "Oh my God!" He's like, "This is at a funeral home in Jerusalem, overly." Oh my God! So yeah, that happened. Fine. Let me just. Okay, I'm going to wrap up soon to get ready for the Sabbath. Rebecca Gold, please put your link in to the movie. I don't know off the top of my head. Zoroastrians are, I think, two equal deities, one evil, one good. Yeah, no, I don't believe that. I believe in one. One is good, only one good. I don't believe in the devil being. I think the devil is an emissary of God, as a part of God. There's no, yeah. So we're very clear in there being one God in Judaism. That's very important. Zoroaster and Ava. Really? Okay, that's interesting. Zoroaster was that bad sequel to Jumanji. It wasn't very good. It just jumped to me. Come on. Oh, Dave Enki, how you doing? So I'm glad I went back now. Fine, I'm just going from here, okay? Because I really got to go. It's Sabbath is a coming. We're so happy. So let me know. By the way, I did one stream early this morning this week with the J-bot. It was so crazy. He's so nuts. Oh my God, I didn't realize how crazy he was. He's so crazy. He came on air with me. You know, that's pretty darn crazy. You know, I don't know. Like, what was he thinking coming in there? I think Rebecca would have to be. Oh, dang! Let me do that. Sorry. Thank you for telling me. I am a bit of a boomer. With is this the right? Yeah, let me get it. Fine. Let me. Okay. Thank you for somebody for telling me. Add moderator. There you go. Doink. You are moderated. There you go. I'm so sorry. I'm so glad I saw that. Fine. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up. I don't think anyone's speaking about. Wait. I'll wait for Rebecca to put the link in, and then I will add it to the video notes as well. If you're not subscribed, can I ask you to subscribe? Even though the Mr. Douchebag on Twitter, on Facebook, thinks it's bad me offering you these prizes. If you want to win this, the hashtag is Death Lives. Let me know if you want a DVD next week or another graphic novel. We have plenty to choose from. And we will. Oh, the Nerds Archive 96. Good evening. How are you? Or good afternoon. Anybody else? I think we're going to be a mod. I went to put the thing in. Let me look over here on the. Is this the right link? Still no. Oh, really? He's not there. Come on, put the link in. Someone. Is it on his channel? You are crazy, but you are crazy, but love your license. Well, I'm glad you love it too. There you go. He puts the link in. Fine. Killing Zone, freaking awesome. I tell you. And now we've all run out of TV. I'm watching The Wire. I started with The Wire, and now you're something else. How's that? 22 years old. It's aged well. And you can buy it. You can buy DVDs of it. So. Listen, physical media, baby. Physical media is the way to go, and we want to support. I mean, I'm assuming Mega Geek gets a cut of all sales, but we want to support financially our our content creators. Mainly, we want to support them because very soon, I'm not sure when my star rises enough, I will indeed be one of those content creators as well. So it's quite disingenuous. Okay, fine, everybody. I'm going to say goodnight. I'm going to say Shabbat Shalom. You know what? No, I've got one more story to tell you before I go. The Shabbat Shalom Dave story. So in Israel, people say Merry Sabbath in the way, and the phrase is Shabbat Shalom. So my roommate in seminary, in yeshiva, was called Dave. And this place was for people who just wandered in off the street, were vaguely interested in Judaism classes. It wasn't me. I was kind of like an open-minded guy. I was happy enough to let's do anybody's philosophy. What am I? I never thought in a million years I'll take one on. But yeah, there we go. So my route. So you had they used to put you with older guys with younger guys. So he was a newer guy there, and he was there for like 6 months, a year, or whatever. Then he went back to America for 6 months, and he stopped being religious, as pretty normal. So the first Sabbath, he decided to not keep the Sabbath and watch TV. He puts on the Tonight Show with Dave Letterman, and Tom Hanks is there, right? Tom Hanks has just filmed this movie, Not Without My Daughter. He filmed it in Israel. It says it's wild there on Friday night. This was Friday night. He was watching it live. Said it's wild in Israel on Friday night. So this was like he's literally talking to David at this point. Yeah, everything closes down so the Jews can keep the Sabbath, and they love the Sabbath. And he's watching it. This is the first time he's breaking Sabbath, and he's like, oh, he's so guilty. And he said, and you know what? Everybody just says Shabbat Shalom. That's the catchphrase everybody says on Friday. Shabbat Shalom. Yeah, peace. Salam Aleichem, I think is it. But Shabbat Shalom, sabbatical salutation. Shabbat Shalom. So then it becomes a thing in the show where he keeps saying, Shabbat Shalom, Dave. Shabbat. And this guy's name is Dave. And he's sitting there watching the show. Shabbat Shalom, Dave. And the story should end with this. Then he got on the next plane back to Israel to resume his religious life. But it was about a year later. See, that is what we Jews call shiksa pussy will do for you. Shiksa pussy will do for you. That's actually a subject in an upcoming portion of the Torah that we'll be reading. I will highlight it for you then. So this week is about, I believe, the spies smuggling themselves in to Israel to check it out. But they should have just been okay. Here is like the this week's Torah portion in quick, right? So the God says you can take out 12 people to go and check out this land of Israel. This land I've given you as an inheritance to you, right? So imagine God comes to you and say, listen, I got the perfect girl for you. Perfect girl for you. She is your soulmate. She's ready for you. And if you say, well, could I check her out first? That's not so good. So they went in to not just to check out the land of Israel, which they knew they were given to by God himself after he smited the Egyptians. And they looked where they said, oh my God, these people are crazy big here. The people living here, these people are going to kill us. They're much bigger than us. And they got scared and they tried to talk people out of it. And because of that, the Jewish people were sent into exile for 40 years. So that entire generation would die out, and they would not enter the land of Israel, including Moses, their leader. That is entirely. Although it is said if Moses was to have entered the land of Israel, that would have automatically initiated a messianic age, and essentially the point of the war would be over. Yeah, so that's always true. But yeah, that is what this week's Torah portion is all about. Fine. My name is what's going on there? I do have a good joke at the very beginning of Killing That. Okay, I'll check it out. I saw it's going to be. I saw the episode of Time Tunnel. Oh, I got to check that out. Wow, I didn't know there was a time tunnel about that. Yes, I got to check that out. If you beat me to it, I was going to say Shabbat Shalom. Okay, fine. I'm gonna. I don't know what Rebecca goes. That's not right, but at least people who watch it respect your work. I do respect your work. It's really good. It is really good, and of course the your other movie, Rebecca Gold. You haven't checked it? Definitely check it out. Daniel, good evening. I have to say hello. I must be going. It is the Sabbath, so I really have to go and get ready. So good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know if you like me to do the morning streams. If you like this time on Fridays at this time. If you like the regular 5 o'clock on whatever. I am quite flexible. So I'm going to hit the off button. I do not know how long it will take, but I'm going to say Shabbat Shalom to you all out there. May your good